Hello everyone and welcome to my ABCGH Daily channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers. Sidwell forced Britt to alter Portia's paternity outcome. Jordan is the reason why. General Hospital spoilers claim that Jen Sidwell might have coerced Britt Westbourne to modify Portia Robinson's paternity conclusion. If that's the case, Jordan Ashford might be the reason why. It's odd that Britt is involved here, considering she's entirely under Sidwell and Ross Cullum's influence. Until Britt can have that medicine reproduced and gain her independence back, GH fans know she's trapped obeying directions. What if Sidwell's newest instruction involves interfering with the results of Portia's paternity test? Sidwell might have gone to Britt knowing this paternity test would ultimately happen and spelled out the exact findings he desired. It's probable Sidwell directed Britt to make sure the father seemed to be Curtis Ashford no matter what. Sidwell's purpose might have implicated Jordan now that she's romantically linked with Curtis again. Since Sidwell considered Jordan to be an important part of his team, he may have felt she didn't need the distraction of a Curtis reunion. Sidwell could be betting on Curtis and Jordan's relationship breaking now that he's presumably having a baby with Portia. Maybe Sidwell is thinking it'll be better if Jordan's unmarried and can dedicate herself entirely to her career. On the other hand, there's a chance Sidwell knows more than Jordan's giving him credit for. Jordan started working for Sidwell with the intention of collecting material that may lead to his demise. So, what if Sidwell secretly knows what she's up to? That would undoubtedly count as a justification for Sidwell to react against Jordan and try to take the upper hand. Sidwell may be playing with Jordan and putting up a curveball that might neutralize her in the event she does score evidence against him. If there comes a day when Jordan obtains proof of Sidwell's illicit acts, she may be ready to disclose what she's discovered. That's when Sidwell may intercede and threaten to uncover another secret that could shock Curtis to the core. Sidwell might acquire confirmation on the genuine paternity news from Britt and shock Jordan if the baby daddy is truly Isaiah Gannon. From there, Sidwell can vow that if Jordan brings him down, then he'll make sure Curtis gets the terrible blow of losing his biod status. Would Jordan keep her tongue quiet and strive to preserve Curtis' happiness? Curtis is looking forward to being present for this baby from day one because he didn't get the chance with Trina Robinson. Jordan would loathe the notion of snatching this second opportunity at parenting away from Curtis. Now, regardless, General Hospital spoilers hint there may be some further paternity-related shockers in the pipeline. So, we'll bring you updates on all the drama. General Hospital spoilers. Lissel meddles in Maxie and Nathan's reunion. General Hospital spoilers predict that Lissel Auber would intervene with Nathan West's and Maxie Jones' reunion now that the lady is conscious and back in Port Charles. The General Hospital teaser for the week of February 16th to 20th focuses on Maxie's return, and there are some fascinating sequences featured between Lissel and Nathan. In the teaser, Lissel and Nathan are shown in the hospital as the nice doctor tells her son that Maxie is awake. She also confidently asserts, "You and Maxie are meant to be together, and nothing can get in the way of that." Well, now hang on, Lissel, because there is someone or some persons that can get in the way of Nathan and Max's reunion, and that's Lulu Spencer and Damon Spinelli. Spinelli and Maxie have long since reconciled following Nathan's loss and have built a charming little family with their daughter Georgie Spinelli and her siblings James West and Bailey Lou Jones. The two are madly in love and have depended on each other a lot in the years since Nathan's apparent demise. Then there's the Lulu factor. Nathan has been drawn to Lulu owing to their comparable situations regarding being abroad and then returning home. Of course, Lulu returned to her hometown after being in a coma for 4 years. Lulu was astonished when she returned back to realize that her 2 children had grown up and the relationships with PC had changed considerably. While Nathan wasn't in a coma, being absent for 7 years, he apparently has no recall of where he's been, and he too has returned to a completely different local setting. There's also another layer of complication to this equation, which is the fact that Nathan doesn't seem like Nathan at all. He's botched up several crucial PCPD regulations while returning to his work as a detective. And that slip about his dad to Lulu during the Snowmageddon storm still has fans wondering whether he's Peter August or possible Caesar Faison or anyone else for that matter. Not to mention the fact that if Nathan's last recollection was before he got shot, then he'd still be in love with Maxie. Nevertheless, Nathan has been more distracted with Lulu to even think about his wife. Still, Lissel doesn't know any of it. Even how Lulu and Nathan have become close. She sees her son and will be determined to influence in his affairs to ensure that Maxie and Nathan end up together. While Lissel has no problem with Spinelli, she's definitely going to be #Team Nathan as Maxie is concerned. Nathan and Maxie enjoyed a beautiful love story, and Lissel would love nothing more than to have Spinelli withdraw from the equation so that Nathan could be put into Maxie's family unit. Lissel is far from the villainess she once was, but she's still not below undertaking some plotting for the greater good. Lissel wouldn't do anything to damage Spinelli, but that doesn't mean she won't work overtime to ensure that Maxie and Nathan have some time alone. With that said, all the interference in the world can't compel a reunion between Nathan and Maxie, especially if both sides aren't into it. But it might create a sticky situation and lots of drama as the two struggle to sort out their feelings. General Hospital spoilers hint that Maxie's homecoming will be a wonderful moment as loved ones warmly welcome her back into the PC fold. Yet, it may also be a situation fraught with uncertainty, deceit, and upheaval as everyone tries to figure out what should follow next. General Hospital spoilers weekly update. Nathan blindsided, Maxie comes home, Anthony Geary memorial episode. General Hospital spoilers and updates for the week of February 16 reveal Nathan West gets shocked and Maxie Jones arrives home. Plus, on Friday, February 20th, the special memorial episode honoring the late Anthony Geary will air. Nathan blindsided. Maxie stunned. On Monday, February 16th, Nathan will be blindsided when his mother delivers news for him. Britt Westbourne and her conversing in her office. As Lissel Auber bursts in, Lissel blindsides Nathan when she informs him and Britt that Maxie is awake. Likewise, Britt will take a significant risk in another issue. In the meantime, remaining in Boston, Maxie will be surprised when the history surrounding Nathan's being alive is given to her, no likely including the DNA match they made straight off. Elsewhere, Carly Spencer and Jason Morgan catch up. She's doubtful of Rick Lansing and Sonny Corinthos' truce. Speaking of Rick, he takes Elizabeth Baldwin on a date. She's all suited up at the axe-throwing facility. Laura's surprise. Lucas is adamant on Tuesday, February 17th. Laura Collins has a surprise for Alexis Davis. Elsewhere, Lucas Jones is adamant there's a fair probability this is a continuation of Monday's confrontation between himself and Marco Rios. In the meantime, Tracy Quartermagne has words for Jen Sidwell, but the issue is what sort of words will they be, nice or vicious? Also, Rick will have some questions for Sonny Corinthos. As for Dante Falconer, he will make an admission to Michael Corinthos. Brooklyn's counsel, Christina's encouragement. Wednesday, February 18th, Brooklyn Courtum Chase will counsel Damon Spinelli. This is certain to be about Maxie's waking up. Elsewhere, Christina will provide some support to Cody Bell. In the meanwhile, Lulu Spencer opens up to Laura, and this may be more about her love for Nathan knowing Max is awake. As for Nathan, he'll confide in Dante. Might he disclose his emotions for Dante's ex-wife? Finally, Willow Kane delivers a confession to her mother, Nina Reeves. Maxie comes home. Michael's in the hot seat. On Thursday, February 19th, Maxie comes home from the clinic in Boston, and her loved ones will welcome her home, very probably with a large welcome home celebration. Elsewhere, Michael's in the hot seat. Will he be jailed for the attempted murder of Drew Kane despite Dante's prior confession to him? In the meanwhile, Rick will find himself making a shocking allegation. And as for Alexis, she's keeping an eye on all the problems impacting her loved ones and her cases and makes an observation. Finally, Willow will give some news to Drew, but is it terrible news or good news? It depends on her viewpoint. Anthony Geary Memorial Episode Friday, February 20th. The inhabitants of Port Charles will remember Luke Spencer as this is the Anthony Geary Memorial Episode. Fans may presumably expect historic flashbacks from during Luke's stay in Port Charles and potentially footage of present characters discussing about Luke, assuming it's a similar structure to earlier memorial episodes. Unlike the late Leslie Charles' son and Jacqueline Zion and before, Sonia Eddie Luke already died on the program, although off-screen. So, this show is going to be loaded with remembrances of both Geary and his classic GH character Luke Spencer. It promises to be a really memorable episode, especially for Luke fans. General Hospital spoilers. Are fans right to worry about Steve Burton's health as his hiatus from GH looms? General Hospital spoilers leak. Fans all over are anxious that Steve Burton's declaration of his planned departure from GH may herald real-life troubles for the actor. Burton's wife, Michelle Lunstom, uploaded a video tribute to her spouse this week that underlined her love and respect for him. Benign or especially emotional because there is more going on behind the scenes than we know. Sorry, Steve, but you realize this supposition comes with the industry territory by now. Who made the call? Just because Steve made the statement that he's going to be dipping out on the program for a bit doesn't imply it was his decision or his alone. This might just be part of the approaching narrative, with him being gracious enough to let his fan base know that he is going to be returning. For all we know, he and the writers decided that the fans are not ready for another protracted leave of absence with Jason. Hello. Do we recall the last time and the time before that? There have been a number of surprise health scares. We're still mourning the tragic loss of Jacqueline Zion in 2023. We lost Tyler Christopher the same year. In 2024, Johnny Waxer shocked us. Last year, Leslie Charleson's years-long deterioration ended in her devastating demise. We haven't even said goodbye to Tristan Rogers yet, and many are feeling that Anthony Gurr's tale was left incomplete before his tragic demise shortly before Christmas 2025. Goodness, some of us are still missing Epiphany Johnson. Kirsten Storms just got back this week, but is continuing to navigate life with a brain aneurysm. We can't blame the GH fan base for questioning whether a sudden departure in the heart of Jason's new connection with Britt West would suggest anything is airy. Hope on the horizon with Steve's wifey's words of adoration. Some fans are believing there is more to the story than two lovebirds who just want to spend some time together. While it would seem like a strange excuse to take time off work, these two could be feeling that they haven't had the time needed to bond since they were wedded. That's fair. It's also conceivable that someone else in Steve's life needs his help right now. Rest easy, fans. Let's not put the wagon before the horse. Steve, we're wishing you the best on your temporary sabbatical from work and hope you and yours are well. General Hospital. 5 Ways Willow is much like Nellie. Willow Tate recently transformed into a nasty personality on General Hospital as surprised fans heard her confession to her vegetative husband, Drew Kane. While she appeared confused and distraught after losing the custody of her children, she grew more eager to win them back. Viewers know that Willow married Drew to increase her chances of obtaining custody. Fans recently watched her stab Drew in the neck to cause an ischemic stroke after being judged not guilty for shooting him. While her shift from a nice nurse to a wicked wife was unexpected, some felt that her persona had a remarkable likeness to her late identical twin, Nellie Benson. Longtime admirers who knew Nellie's vengeful temper and caustic character were left wondering whether the twins had common nature that Willow kept concealed so far. However, both sisters were reared in separate families, so their similarities may be accidental rather than inherited. 5 Ways Willow and Nellie are similar on General Hospital 1. Both sisters committed crimes that they hid from the public. As longtime viewers of General Hospital know, Nellie, played by Chloe Lanner, committed one crime after another, but kept it hidden from the world for as long as she could. From switching infants to trying to assassinate Michael, she claimed to be normal and intended to trick others. Moreover, she sought to play up her case and partnered with crooks like Ryan Chamberlain. Similarly, Willow shot Drew in the back and kept it from the public. When Curtis was picked up as a suspect, she let the innocent Ashford take the blame for her crime. During the court hearing scenes, she kept getting memories of her crime, but maintained giving her a different version. Just like her sibling, Willow likewise anticipated to trick others while getting away with her crime. 2. Both have chaotic mental condition from to having reared in unstable households, while Nellie was raised in the loveless house of Frank Benson. Willow was raised by Harmony Miller, her adoptive mother with a dubious character. Frank Benson was a negligent adoptive parent who detested having Nellie at home. On the other side, Harmony pushed Willow into the Dawn of Day cult and to get sexual with its leader, Shiloh. Moreover, she covered the fact that Willow fell pregnant and put up the kid for adoption. Besides the effect of their adoptive family, both Nellie and Willow may have been biologically altered by the antidepressant overdoses their mother, Nina, was taken during pregnancy. While Nellie was officially acknowledged to have mental illness, the repercussions on Willow may be shown later on General Hospital. 3. Love for the children rules supreme for Nellie and Willow. Fans of General Hospital know that many activities of Nellie centered about her kid. From switching her baby to provided a safe home with Lucas and Brad to taking WY and trying to flee. Moreover, she blamed everyone related to her kid from Carly to Michael when she lost total custody of her child. In a similar scenario, Willow was observed striving to hang on to her children above her own interests. She adopted WY knowing that the child was not biologically hers and sincerely loved him. Nevertheless, later throughout her romance with Drew, she maintained her children her priority even after deciding to move in with the congressman. Her shooting Drew and trying to frame Michael derives from the same complicated yet loving inclination for her children. For the sisters have their story arcs involving similar group of characters since Willow and Nellie are fraternal twins. The two have the same parents, Nina and the late Dr. Silas Clay. While Na was not at blame for their adoptions and rough childhoods, both eventually ended up loathing and attacking her. Moreover, both Nellie and Willow were romantically linked with Michael and Chell. Although Nellie's purpose was Michael's money and Willow's was a more noble cause, both created enemies out of him. Nellie tried murdering Michael while Willow framed him for Drew's shooting. Incidentally, Carly's possessiveness with Michael made her an excellent antagonist for both sisters. 5. Similarity in the technique of attacks. In August 2020, General Hospital fans watched Nellie use a pair of scissors to attack Brooklyn. The latter had overheard Nellie's intention to abduct WY and was trying to alert the police. However, Nellie interrupted BLQ's effort by targeting Brooklyn's neck and slicing her throat with the scissors. Recently, fans watched the newly married Willow, portrayed by Caitlin McMullen, take her husband by surprise when she stabbed him in the neck with a needle. Being a nurse, Willow presumably anticipated the effect her syringe attack would have on Drew. However, the similarities between the strikes and the target body part left a frightening impression on spectators. Incidentally, their mother, Nina, had assaulted Ava using a syringe. General Hospital, 5 reasons Willow is different from Nellie. 1. Willow is not a cold-blooded criminal like Nellie. While Willow's latest act of shooting Drew and then slashing him in the neck left viewers horrified, Willow is fresh to crime. Unlike her sibling, Willow was usually regarded as the sweet, sensitive, and loving daughter of Nina. She was a terrific nurse and a caring mother. Her latest transformation seems to be a diversion from her pushover demeanor towards a frantic attempt at attaining what she wants. Unlike her, Nellie was a more hardened criminal and had a lengthier list of offenses. As said previously, Nellie tried to assassinate Michael and slit BLQ's throat to quiet her. Besides repeated attempts against Michael's life and numerous assaults on Carly, Jocelyn, Jordan, and more, Nellie also killed fiancé Zachary. Moreover, Nellie was a master planner and had long-term ideas. 2. They have distinct psychological motivations for their crimes. General Hospital portrays Nellie as a real narcissist, albeit abused in her infancy. All her acts sprang from her desire to revenge her loveless life. As such, her acts were more intentional and carefully thought out. However, when confronted, she plunged into denial. Moreover, she leveraged her denials to build up more offenses. Unlike her sister, Willow's recent transition towards her evil side arose from her need to reach out to her loved ones. She injured Drew and lied in court under oath out of love for her children, fear of losing them, and wanting to stay upright in their eyes. She used denial to cover her deeds. Neither her falsehoods nor her harshness came as tactics. They were reflexive modifications, reacting to uncomfortable situations. 3. Nellie and Willow vary in their moral compasses. Nellie's story exposed her as a manipulative psychopath from the outset. While she professed to love her child, she demonstrated none of the attributes that make a responsible mother. Her criminal instincts looked more obsessive than required. She injured individuals even when she had no hidden intent. Some examples were her contacts with Sam inside the prison, taunting about Jason, having Avery's babysitter fired, and trying to kick Chase. Meanwhile, Willow's behaviors were constantly emanating from her skewed sense of relating to those she loves. In 2023, she breached HIPAA by disclosing Sasha's toxicological report to aid the latter. March 2024 found her helping hide Jason and taking drugs for him from the hospital. She momentarily stole baby Daisy to upset Michael. And last, she wounded Drew, believing he kept her from her kids. 4. Nellie was a loner, whereas Willow sought assistance in each step after her childhood left her resentful. Nellie remained mostly a loner throughout her life. While General Hospital fans witnessed her partnering with Chase at one time, and even Ryan inside the prison, those were basically her puppets to reach her objective. She was never seen investing her faith in anybody, not even Brad, whom she trusted with her kid. She sought out to Martin, Julian, and Valentine for support, but did not hesitate to threaten them when she saw appropriate. Willow, on the other hand, was the altruistic, caring, shy, pushover teacher turned nurse. Despite being deceived by her adoptive mother and cult leader, Willow preserved her trusting disposition. As such, she constantly counted on her support system. Initially, there was Sasha, Chase, and Michael, then Drew, and more recently, Elizabeth and her mother, Nina. 5. The prospect of redemption sets Willow apart from Nellie's opportunity of salvation. She never wanted to turn a fresh leaf. General Hospital viewers may recall her constant vows of reforming, only to perpetrate the next crime. Moreover, she exhibited no regret for any of her deeds, from killing Zachary to slicing Blue's neck. While Willow's recent deeds made it difficult to trust in her good side, Willow of the past always expressed sorrow when she strayed from the correct path. Since most of her prior offenses were an attempt to serve others, her character looked amenable to liberation. Her current misdeeds arise from her wish to reconcile with her children. In her purpose, she felt justified in removing anyone who may constitute a hindrance. As so, there may yet be hope for redemption for Willow. While Willow's recent criminal activities seem to trigger Nellie's recollection, conduct is not handed down in family bloodlines, it is acquired. That is particularly so as Willow and Nellie were reared in separate families. However, Willow's coping strategy with her condition seemed to bring her on level with her twins psychologically. If Willow is not careful, she runs the threat of drifting forever into the dark side. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.